Ray. I am so excited to show you a copper winter balayage to transition your clients into the colder months using a snowflake zigzag technique. I cannot wait to show you these amazing results, so if you want to see how we did it, keep watching.
All right, starting off with her balayage, we're going to get her a little bit more lightened so that these copper tones can really pop, but we also want to keep a lot of depth and dimension, bringing her into the winter. So that's why this is a snowflake parting. We are doing a bit of a zigzag, but we're leaving some zigzags thinner and some zigzags thicker, therefore making it look like a nice little snowflake, especially very fitting going into the winter coppers. So I'm going to be taking that zigzag parting with the peak at her hairline on both sides, leaving the largest peak at the back of the head, right by the occipital bone, because that's going to leave the most depth in the back of the hair. We are using Ultra Lightener and 30 volume on the underneath section because that is where she has the least amount of pre-lightened ends. And we are going to be painting with this because normally I would not be using Ultra Lightener with anything higher than 20 volume, but because we are painting and I'm really wanting it to process in open air, we do need a little bit more strength in our developer. Then I'm going in with a 2-inch paintbrush and a 1-inch paintbrush. Our 1-inch is going to be for more details around her hairline, really focusing on that face frame with that 1-inch paintbrush. And then with our 2-inch paintbrush, we're going to be using that for our thicker panels, and we're going to really focus our main product on the midsection, and then we're going to start feathering up with our balayage to create a really nice soft feathered effect from her base into these brightened ends. I'm primarily using a slant painted technique. This means that it's kind of like a half V. So we're going to have a high point on one side and a low point on the other side of the section. I'm doing this high point all towards the face. So on the left side to the occipital, we're having all of our slants starting with the highest point on the left side. And then once we start on the right side, back to the occipital, we're having all of those peaks or high points starting from the right side and back. Think of it like when you're curling hair and you're doing everything with the direction facing away from the face. Once your lower section is painted, we're going to drop that top section. I am using saran wrap for a small amount of time just for sectioning purposes so that we don't have any transfer. So on the top section, you're just using this as a veil. She does have pre-lightened ends on this top section, so we are changing our formula to Ultra Lightener and 20 volume. When I'm going in these sections, I'm just going to part and break up those panels by using the underneath section as our guide. So you'll see me start to break those up, and then we're going to paint the exact same way using those peaks and slants towards the face. Now we're going to let this process for about 30 minutes. We're gonna rinse her out, and then you see me here using our Prep and Prime Silk Degrees treatment. I love using this after rinsing so that we can really prep the hair to take that copper tone. Now that we have dried her, I'm actually going to dampen her a little bit again using our Intense Therapy leave-in treatment. Because she does want a little bit more of a demi-like finish for this copper, we're going to be spraying her down, and then we're also going to be using Zero Lift with our Chroma Silk formula. So that's what you see me doing here. I'm just kind of dampening her so that she can get, the most even porosity. Intense Therapy leave-in treatment really helps to even out the porosity and helps to bring that tone on a super even canvas. My formula here is Chroma Silk 8.43, which is 70% copper and 30% gold. She really wants a true natural redhead copper with a little bit more vibrancy, which is why we did that underlying of balayage so that she still gets that pop, but it's more of a orange copper base rather than a red copper base. And here you have it, our finished result of our copper winter balayage. Me and my client were so thrilled with this finished result. It really gave her that natural redhead feel with that extra vibrancy going into the winter months so that she still feels nice and bright. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, you can always DM me at It's Aspen Ray or the PRAVANA Instagram at PRAVANA. Don't forget to check out more educational videos like this at pravana.com, and we will see you next time.